I'm going to cast a spell.
Clem just looks at you and smiles in his kind of vacant way. Hi, Clem. He lights on fire and runs around screaming. If you had a fumble deck and that happened, that'd be brilliant. Just
Now
shows Doc slowly look at you like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm casting Identify Gate. Well, it worked.
It comes up as like kind of a confusing jumble of like kind of gate type thing. Yeah, but it's enough that you've got a gate type thing to cast it on, so you've got a target which allows you to cast a spell. You clever minx.
Yep. So I can tick it.
Yep.
Of course, I want to actually crit it one day, but
if you ever get the It's a Crit card, that's pretty much a fucking guaranteed spell.
Oh yeah, I might cast it twice more just because I can.
Oh. Tell me your secrets, Clem. Holy shit. Well done, you. Do you already have the next spell up, or do you need me to grab that for you?
I don't have the description of it. Next spell is Teleport.
Let's see.
And I believe I will automatically get the spell after that.
Quite possibly. Let me take a look here. Phase, blink, dimensional pocket, teleport. Okay. Holy shit. This is a long ass description. I will read it for the audience. I will also paste it into Roll20 to make your life easier. So first paste, so you can copy paste it.
Whoa, and that is a long spell.
Sorry. And now the description for the audience. Teleport, casting time 5 rounds, range self, duration instantaneous, magic point cost 6. Takes the character to their previously set bind point if it is within the same zone they are. If no bind point has been set, either nothing happens other than magic point loss, i.e. no tick, or the GM can, if they want, move them to whatever messed up place they desire, or fragment their body throughout the zone, causing them to lose all their gear and resurrect, whatever. Note that this only takes the person with their gear. Although you could take a corpse, some people have strange gear, other living beings may not be taken. Upon arrival at your destination. What?
I said yes, Mildred.
Upon your arrival at the destination, any traps in the area will be set off, injuring or killing the caster. Also, any physical objects in the destination space of the caster causes up to 2d8 damage, GM call, and forces the caster to instantly return to their starting point. Note, as a well-known spell, beings often place random objects in the area about the room, aka room decor, to inconvenience unwelcome visitors. If someone knows what they're doing, they can easily get the maximum of 2d8 damage. Even well-placed cloth streamers can be lethal to somebody materializing within them. So now you have cloth in your brain. Note 2, the spell's phase and ghost form work well to avoid some of the pitfalls with the spell if the caster has the MP to cast those spells on to keep them going long enough to arrive at their destination. Note 3, it is best to keep the location of your bind point flat, open, and secret. Someone placing a large table in the midst to cut everyone in half to force them to return to their starting point is a great gag. The next, it's a pretty fucking grim spell. The next one up is Reorient Gate. Let me see. Where's Reorient Gate? Made by Pete. Right. Let me copy paste that shit and then read it for the studio audience because they care. Yep. Reorient Gate, made by Pete. Casting time, 24 long fucking rounds. Range, 3 meters. Duration until sunup or sundown. Magic point cost, 16. Allows the caster to change where the gate is going to. Note the caster must have already been to where the gate will go. The gate is reoriented until the duration ends. The one after that, Pete, just so you know, is Group Teleport, where you can have streamers in the brains of your friends.
Which will be a while away before I get to get that one.
Yeah, casting Reorient Gate once a day is a lot of magic.
Well, especially since I don't have 16 magic points, yes.
Awkward. You just got to get your essence up to 17 and go, merp, sleep,
Pretty
merp,
much.
sleep. Cool. So,
Okay.
Clem looks at you curiously.
Lovely. I have gained insight into the world.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, Chris, if you were to take all the different spell percentages you have and
I'm just over
loosely,
500.
good enough. Thank you. Clem looks at you and goes, howdy, what can I do you for?
So part of the reason I wanted Reorient Gate, Doc, is because I want to see if I can reconnect the Shadow Academy with one of the gates so we can go there and make use of the library.
Gotcha. You know, we could always go to Route 66, walk that pattern, and
Try it, yes, but that's a
we
long
could travel
way.
to the academy. I wouldn't go straight to the library there, because if you go to this library and you can't exit the library, you're in the library forever. That would not be a good idea.
Sorry, I meant connect. So the gate that's in the hotel, connect that back up to where it connects to, where it was connected to, because it was an area nobody went to. So it'd be a way of us getting in and out without people seeing. Plus also seeing what the hell's going on in the academy. But as I said, that's if it still exists and hadn't been completely destroyed.
Gotcha.
But that was because I thought having access to that library might be useful in coming times.
Yes.
Quick side note, just to reiterate it, the big picture of the old library.
Mm-hmm.
It is possible, no pain in the ass. With two of you, you could probably do it. If you were adults, if you were kids, it would be much more difficult. It is possible to literally take it with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it wasn't
It's
painted on the wall. It was a painting that we could cut out the frame and haul away, was it?
Yeah, or better yet, open up the frame, take it out without the cutting thing. If you, I mean, you could do that, but it is pretty big.
Well, the reason why paintings tend to get cut out is because of the way they're secured to the frames, and that's why they tend to get cut out, because it's a bastard removing them from the frame.
Yeah, yeah. Given that, knife is probably your friend, but definitely
it is something to
adults.
consider. Yes.
Right.
And
with ladders, ladders would be good.
Yes, work on getting my magic points up. Well, actually, I did have climbing gear there. We just take the climbing gear back and use the climbing gear on the frame to move up the frame. Similar to how I got into the forbidden books section without setting off the alarms. All right. So Burlington.
Yes.
Oh, you know that Clem can only, the person who initiates it has to have been to the location previously with Clem.
No, I assumed that's how it was.
Yeah, we've confirmed it. So Clem can't. However, if I initiate it to go to a place that you haven't been to, that will work for you, as in you'll get taken there.
Okay.
However, if neither of us have been to a place but we've heard about it or know the designation, Clem won't be able to take us to it, unfortunately.
Okay. Before we go, I cast phase on myself. Got it.
Clem just stands there, continuing to repeat. Hi, what can I do you for?
Do you have phase up or no?
Not at the moment, because I've been saving my magic points to try and get the gate spell to.
I'll cast phase other on you.
Okay.
It works.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Let's go.
Okay.
Right. You guys have the hot towel stuff put over your faces, and then it stays on your faces. Give me listen rolls. God damn it, you think.
Yeah, Clem's dead again. Great.
Got it.
Pete, reduce your hand down a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Right. You guys hear a lot of hooping and a hollering and horses and gunfire and kind of a. It sounds like, well, like a big fucking Zeppelin.
Okay.
They're
And you
dropping
also
bombs
hear
again?
like big zots and stuff going off. What's that, Chris?
Are they dropping bombs again?
Uh-huh.
So what's this? The Kinleyville guys trying to fight off the Wild West chicks.
I look out the window. Who's all fighting right now?
It looks like the Kinleyville guys are trying to fight off the Western chicks. Hanging out with Holmes means you don't even have to get up from your seat. Holmes is currently probably looking at a broadsheet newspaper and going,
No, I'll remove the towel from my face now.
good. Cool. Remove one more card from your hand, and then you're
Yes, I am.
Lazy,
Do we know
lazy
where they're
detective.
coming in from? The chicks?
I'm assuming these are the chicks from the Canadian frontier.
Right, but where are they coming in from? Because they have their horses. It's not like they're trying, they climbed
Yeah, true. If they
up
got
the
their
ladder
horses,
and through the
yes,
thing.
that's a very interesting point.
We could always sneak around and see if we can see if they're like staging somewhere, like there's like a big rip in time and space or some shit. Because
Yeah, it might be. I mean, either they've been recruited by Zog and so they've come in that way, or they've got their own people that can cast a gate big enough for them to come in. Play immediately. Stop giving me cards.
Stop saying smart shit. No, wait, don't.
If your character has an insanity for drug, alcohol addiction, or is just addicted for some reason, roll 1d4. Ha! Discard. I'll get rid of that.
why don't you trade me one of your not so good cards for a replenish?
All right. What can I give you? I'll give you that. It may come in handy for what we're about, for what may eventuate.
Large portions of the town are on fire. The townspeople bid the women happy Friday as they're cut down by random fire from both sides.
So one thing we thought was a bit strange when the Brotherhood had invaded was we didn't see any sign of the MIBs, as in there was no bodies or anything like that. So it looked like the MIBs didn't interfere.
Really?
Yes. And the fact that this is going on at the moment, and the MIBs, because the MIBs turned up, my understanding is when Alex first got here in his boat, the MIBs turned up. However, I'm assuming there's no MIBs out there at the moment trying to deal with the situation.
He doesn't even bother to look, which is irritating. He's standing there looking down at the bloody body of Clem, who appears to have been shot with some sort of ballistic sling a few times and an arrow once, possibly for good measure. Outside, you see 0 MIBs.
I'm assuming is the glass broken?
It's got bullet holes in it, sure.
Yep. I was just whether or not they shot him through the window or came in.
Didn't even bother to come in, is your guess. They're just shooting up the town. They seem upset.
Probably because of the Zeppelin.
That could be it. It is raining hell down on them, and they are trying to shoot at it. Let me see in general how the battle's going. Low means it's going well for the Zeppelin guys. High means it's going well for the women. It appears that it's going well for the Zeppelin guys. They're raining down various magical and attacks, as well as shooting them with guns and stuff. You do see briefly Mr. Pickles is on the deck, yelling and giving orders and stuff.
Well, let's go sneak out there and see if we can see where they're staging.
All right. So just so you know, the previous gate that got the Brotherhood in was right on the border. As in when, if you walk and you loop around, it was right there. It was close at the time, but that's where we detected it using the view magic.
It's probably where it's easiest to fuck with gates.
Yes.
So
yeah, because of the nature of this place.
Happening here first.
Yeah. Good testing ground. It's nothing too big. It's easy to invade. It's not like it's a whole world.
Right.
Invading a whole world would bring a whole lot of hurt. Unless
I wonder
soldiers.
If Zog somehow maybe even disabled the MIBs, and if he's going after the AIs first to try to take over.
Rock mentioned something about picking up a phone in the bulletin board, because I mentioned about the MIBs. Rock said that they picked up the phone in the police station, and that summoned the MIBs when they came here in their version of the Zog invaders.
That was recently it was.
Yes. However, prior to that, there were no MIBs. So, which perhaps the MIBs don't come here unless someone picks up the phone in this place.
Huh.
So potentially, when Alex's Zeppelin came in, the police saw it and then picked up the phone.
So if we want to reset the zone, or we think the zone is a bit too screwed, we tell Mr. Pickles to evacuate. We go get to the phone, call them in, and then act like citizens until they clean up the place.
Yep.
That will reset Clem, and it should reset the zone, because I think they reset things too.
Possibly not. I'll be very interested to see if they do. Because as I said, we found the gate was holding Burlington in a stasis. The connection of the gate stopped Burlington from doing the loop.
So it interfered with whatever powers this zone, maybe.
Yeah. And we couldn't find. Yeah. So Mildred, Alex, and I actually looked for the phone, and we couldn't find it because we were wanting to see if we could get the MIBs here to fix it. So.
Like disconnects it from like the mainframe or whatever.
Yes, exactly. So, depending on the whole nature of what we are and what causes these realms, etc., etc., and if we're bubbles within Yog-Sothoth or something else. So yes, we could sneak over. Yeah, I suppose. Yes, I know exactly how to do this. All right, so because we're in the barber's shop, there's mirrors. I have some skill in signaling. So if we grab a mirror and take it with us, we go to police station, see if the phone is actually there or not. It's no good telling Mr. Pickles to retreat if we find the phone's not available for us to summon the MIBs. Since they seem to be winning against the women.
Cool. Both of you guys, please give me a stealth roll. Lower is better. If you barely make it, then you'll probably end up doing a little bit of running. Half is perfect.
I've got way too many cards.
Yes, you do, you bastard.
Stealth, you say? Oh, no, that's tracking. I get the wrong score. Not by half, but by over 20.
Over 20 is okay. Right. You guys notice as you're, you're not sneaking down the middle of the street. You are stealthy and shit. But as you're going by the Bolorama, it seems that there are a couple of guards in cover there, which you find interesting.
By guards, you mean female,
giant female cowboys.
We could sneak in the back and see what's going on there.
That will be more difficult as they seem to be controlling that. Although, if they're
Are they out the front of the Bolarama, or are they around the back as well?
the ones that you see currently are out the front. You guys are over near the Moo Cow Dairy right now, looking around the corner. Now, the big problem is in order to get to the back of the Bolarama, because if you'll notice, you came out of Clem's Barbershop. Essentially, you've been going avoiding the street. But the biggest problem is what?
Just so you know, we don't have the map in front of us, so we're just going by
Oh,
what you're telling us.
hold on a second. I can easily adjust for that. Give me just a second here. Yep. I know Chris would prefer a bubble map, and I apologize that this isn't one yet. So, you guys came out of Clem's and have been basically sneaking around the back. So you're over near the Moo Cow, looking over at the front of the Bolorama. The biggest problem is, although Doc Fulton seems to be stealthy enough to get to the back of the Bolorama, crossing the big street, aka killing zone, with McKay's shittier stealth will be challenging. In other words, it will be a new stealth roll at either half or -30 for both of you to get across the killing zone, because it is relatively clear. Right now, you guys are able to sneak pretty well because everybody figures, hey. But on the other hand, you will need to get across the street eventually. You could go I was planning on having you go all the way to the woods and then cross the street because, yeah, it's safer. But
well, that's what I was thinking as well, simply because it's not like whatever they're guarding is a time-sensitive matter from what we can tell.
okay,
So we can
so
loop
well,
around.
then you're going to be passing the police station on your way back to the bowling alley.
Yeah. We can check that.
Cool.
Do you have any dud cards at all, Chris?
Any what?
Rubbish cards. I've got to get rid of 3 cards, and they're all good cards.
No, I have a reroll, replenish, skill 15, victory, replenish, indomitable will.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of cards I could probably get rid of. But yeah, I've got opponent fails, reach out and touch someone, which I think I'll get rid of, cat jump, which I think I'll get rid of, full
Reach out and
retrieve.
touch someone could be super valuable right now.
Yes, I know. However, because of what else I've got, discard, replenish, dissemination, clog and greed, round revision.
Oh, righty then.
Hence why I was thinking of getting rid of that one.
Yeah, I would dump the reach out and touch someone. Especially since I don't think you have much in the way of rifle skill there, shotgun joker.
Nope.
Okay.
Interesting. Let me just drag that over there and drop them up the corner there. Okay. No, it seemed to discard.
Yeah, I'll flip you back to the discarding pile page thing. Yep.
And I don't have a shotgun here anyway, so.
I would like to just say, go Bobcats.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do we want to sneak around, do a big loop around, check the police station, and then continue on to the Bolarama?
Yeah.
All right.
How far Watson's come, thinks Holmes, as you guys creep along. At first, used to be jolly good, Holmes, and now he just belches at you. he's really fallen, this John Watson. But right, you guys go all the way over to the woods, and then you circle back. The post office is naturally in flames, but you get over to the police station. McKay, since you came up with it, or wait, no. Who came up with the idea of looking for the phone?
Yeah, he did.
Great. Give me a luck roll -30 to see if that exists in this dojo.
Hang on a second. I might actually... All right. Due to what we're involved with, I'm going to actually discard the clogging greed. Well, I doubt I'm going to be able to hang on to end the session, and the other cards are useful during the journey of the session.
It is early in the session, I agree.
Yeah. No. I might actually spend 1 hero point on this.
No!
Oh yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah,
By
that's a
60.
much better roll. Fine. Yes, it's sitting on negative 60. It's sitting on top of a pile of rubble, like as though somebody carefully placed it there. It doesn't seem to be connected to anything, but it is a red phone, I believe. It's or is it black? I think it might be one of the two.
Black.
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 Thank you. Black phone, and it's hung. It's in the hung up
Yeah.
position and stuff. It doesn't
Yeah,
have
it
any
wasn't
numbers
well.
down.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's previously not been connected to anything anyway.
Perfect.
All right.
Oh, and at that luck roll, you also find a double-barreled sawed-off shotgun. Looks
All right.
like it's loaded, a bit bloody, like somebody dropped it at some point. There are bodies all over the place, by the way. Oh, both of you, please give me a sanity roll for horrors of war. 1 point if you make it, D6 if you're a meathead.
This is.
It appears that the fighting has been quite grisly, and you guys are literally picking your way through a battlefield. Various atrocities have been done on all sides. Chris, did you make yours?
Yeah.
You guys are way too stable to give a shit about warfare. So, Holmes is like, another day in the life of Holmes. So, right, there's the phone. And a shotgun for Shotgun Joker.
All right.
There's also a shotgun cleaning kit suspiciously nearby. I am super lucky, he thinks. Look, 5 extra shells. Now I can pretend I'm in the movie The Road Warrior. I'm Australian. Meh.
All right, Max, let's do this.
So,
All right. So, do we want to leave the phone for the moment? Move it so it doesn't accidentally get destroyed.
That might be a good idea.
you guys stare at the phone, shotgun, extra shells, etc. Pretty sure it's a shotgun from the movie The Road Warrior. One of the most famous things out of Australia. I wonder how it ended up here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I need to run to the bathroom right quick. I'll be back.
Yeah. Now's your chance to drag him around and put him in awkward to find places and stuff, Pete.
Yes. All right. Yeah. So we'll retrieve the phone and put it aside.
Could you define aside from me? You just want to tuck it away somewhere so you have to come back for it, or
Well, considering the nature of it, I'm assuming it's one of the ones where you can pick up and hold the receiver, as in
you
the
could
back.
carry it around with you. I mean, it'd take up a hand, or you could, if you, do you own a backpack?
Well, we didn't specify what we were bringing here, so
Yeah.
yeah. So basically, carry it for the moment, and then we can leave it in a bush or somewhere.
Okay.
And grab the shotgun and shells. And we'll keep going to the
No problem. You guys get close to Bolorama. Chris is keeping guard while you are hanging out. Give me a listen roll so you can overhear stuff.
Where's me? By 60.
Right. There's some women inside there arguing about something, and one of them is like, "We should just go back." And everyone's like, "No, no, the gate here, it should be here. He has called us. We must respond to him. Look, if Zog wanted us, he would have made the gate more obvious. Now it's got to be around here somewhere. But those assholes are attacking us and stuff." In other words, you pick up very quickly that these guys are attempting to join Zog or Zog's army or something. They seem to be having trouble doing that.
Yeah, because they don't appear to know where the gate is to do so.
Yeah. Your guess, based on your evidence analysis roll, Mr. Holmes.
Evidence analysis. Yep, 5:30.
They seem to have been late to the party. In other words, they should have been here while they were making the big pyramids of human skulls and shit, and then they could have gotten into the army. They talk about a wide range of shit, and although there are some that are just simply not talking to each other, you pick up a lot of stuff. Like there seems to be about 50 of them, and their gate that they had was like a one shot or something, and they can't get back that way, and panic is rising. Chris, you've been left on guard. There's a black telephone kind of hidden in a bush.
Yes.
McKay, give me a conceal holdout camouflage roll. This should be fun. It looks as though somebody's cropped away part of the bush and then set a telephone in it. It's very 1960s retro thing. Like we could have bush phones in the future type of thing. Or maybe it's an Australian bush phone, that kind of thing.
Bush telegraph.
There you go. And you're kind of doing guard while McKay is over listening to building. He's got his ear up against it, and he has a look of either concentration or constipation on his face.
I'll make my way back to Doc. All right. Okay. So their gate was a one-way that got them here. They were supposed to come here and join up Zog's forces. They've gotten here late. They don't know how to get to Zog. I don't think they realise the gate's not worked. The gate's no more. There's about 50 of them all up. Presumably, the reason there's guards out the front is because the leaders are inside that building.
Huh. Well, then perhaps we should go and maybe they have information about what exactly is going on too.
Yes. Potentially, but the
Sounds
volume
like
of them...
Quite a few of them in the thing there, just so you're aware.
The volume of them in the Bolorama is quite a few.
And at least one of them was bowling. The bastards.
Yeah. All right. How about...
With your listen roll, you're guessing there's probably 8 or so of them in the Bolorama. Maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, so 8 to 10.
Probably, yeah.
8 to 10, a dozen in there. So we could try and signal the Zeppelin to target the Bolorama. That would potentially flush them out. Or we just tell the Zeppelin to back off and we get to leave and we'll summon the MIBs and sit back and watch them deal with the women.
I'd be interested to see how that all shakes out, to be honest.
What the MIBs dealing with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Why don't we do that?
all right. So let's get to a position where we can signal the Zeppelin.
No worries. You get basically near the edge of the forest and stuff is a good place because then you've got kind of a straight shot down the street. There is a danger others may see the signals, but if it's brief enough.
Yep.
So the sun is not really an issue. Go ahead and give me, and only one of you can make it, although the other one can attempt to support by going, no, do this, do this.
There we go. So I can signal as a living.
God damn.
Well, then you should do that.
Shows McKay signal, bomb here, you assholes. Okay, are you attempting to get Fulton's help in signaling?
I will try to help you. I don't.
Perfect. Just like Watson, you think?
Yep, I make my signaling roll.
Right. The people on the ship who can do it as a living attempt to figure out what the fuck you're saying. W-U-T.
I'll try again. Well, actually, do I need, because I've got to do it for a living,
yeah,
and based on things like computers, I don't need to re-roll, I'm assuming.
This may compromise your position, though, if any of the Western ladies notice. So I will now attempt to, good call on it being a language, it kind of is. So they attempt to understand again, and then so first I'll roll that, and then I'll roll the roll for the Western one. So understanding is W-U-T, and
Far out.
the Western women, kill them! They send a detachment of like 10 of them riding this direction, hooping and a hollering, hipping and a hopping on their horses, firing guns and stuff. It appears that you've got time for one more communique, and then you should be engaged in your combat.
Did we want to retreat?
Or you could
Or
retreat.
use
Either way.
Well, we're in a forest, so they're going to have a disadvantage riding the horses anyway.
Not a huge disadvantage at all, really. These trees are too spread apart for that. It's not a thick forest.
Yeah, I just mean we can stand behind a tree when they're trying to shoot us.
Totally. Lots of potential for different places to get cover.
Yeah.
Some concealment.
So, Doc, do we retreat or do we stand our ground?
We retreat. I really don't want to get into combat with people that don't exist. I mean, this is whatever.
Yep.
His attitude seems odd, thinks McKay. Maybe you shouldn't have had that second cup of coffee. No problem. Both of you guys give me stealth rolls to simply disappear into the forest. I needed it full because they're just doing a quick ride through to look for some Burlington assholes, as they think of them. If you want to mess with them, you can step out from behind a tree and go, "Happy Friday!" Both of you made it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, they ride through. Their discipline's pretty good. They stick together to try to avoid being picked off separately. And they ride around and they get bored and leave. So now you want to try signaling again?
Yes, I'll try it again.
They hate going up against ninjas. They guys on the boat, you're trying various things to signal.
Yay!
And the message was retreat type thing?
Yeah, retreat, MIBs inbound.
Oh, got it. There you go. It comes back. Letter O, letter O, letter O.
Yep.
Right. They seem to be retreating. If you'd like to go back to the Bush Telegraph or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You guys sneak back there. There's a phone in the bush. Bush phone.
Pick up the phone.
Yes.
Burlington is under attack.
Very well. Line goes dead.
Yep.
Cool.
We'll go and hide.
All right. Both of you give me stealth rolls and stuff, because I'm assuming you want a place where you can watch and see what's going
Yep.
on as opposed to hiding under a bed somewhere.
Out of a
Yep.
half.
Half
Yes.
is perfect. Half is great. But McKay will still get you caught, killed, and eaten.
No, I make it
Or
by more than
not.
half.
Right. You guys are on a rooftop of the office building.
Mhm.
Let's see. I haven't gotten a luck roll from Doc Fulton in a bit. Give me a luck roll there for something. Oh, is that by 30 or half? Great. It shows you guys like going in, finding some binoculars and shit, and then going up to the roof and passing them back and forth. So what happens is, in a nutshell, first one car with 2 agents show up. They get killed. Then
Whereabouts
2
did the
cars.
car come from? What direction did it go?
It just drives in from the forest area back toward the
Okay.
fold.
Yep.
Then 2 cars, they get killed, and it keeps doubling
Mhm.
every time.
Mhm.
It's about roughly a few minutes, like say 5 to 8 minutes between cars showing up, and more of these black cars are now getting parked there, and they essentially they eventually brute force overwhelm them when they get up to like 128 agents all showing up.
Mhm.
They just fucking brute force overwhelm them. They kill them all, and then they look around and they start instructing like townspeople, drag these horses off and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So cleanup is begun. Then the agents drive around for about 10 to 15 minutes before going back to whence they came.
Lovely.
It looks very, I need a sandy roll from both of you. It's a small thing, but they don't move quite like people. At first glance, definitely possible, but when there's 128 of them, very much like Agent Smith, if you know what I mean.
Mhm. Yep.
What a great character that was. So, yeah, 0 if you make it. You're like, we know we live in a bad place, but it appears that it will take a while to get this. I mean, fixed up and whatnot. There is I believe, a Burlington Fire Department. They specialize in cat rescue.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
All right. So once they leave, once the MIBs leave,
Yes.
so Doc, why don't we go and start checking out the bodies of the Wild West women before they get fully disposed of, and see if we can find any information on them in
I
their
would
saddlebags,
let's go to
etc.
the Bolorama ones first.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I was thinking, because that's
No
where the
problem.
leaders seem to be.
You guys do that. Aside from like the ability to scavenge a lot of Wild West type gear and women's clothes. Well, actually, cowboy clothes. Women just happen to be the ones wearing them. Bullets, guns, etc. They don't have anything in the way of like intelligence briefings on them.
Okay. Wasn't sure
Also,
if
there are a lot of downed agents and stuff, and they all seem to carry around like heavy pistols, heavy caliber pistols.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it for their armament.
Did you want to do an autopsy on a MIB?
Giving fucking Pete a card for that. There you go. Here's your card. The look on Fulton's face like, do I?
Sure, let's do
Yeah.
this. Let's see if I'm assuming it's probably going to look mostly human in there, so
Yeah.
because it is a simulation and they are simulated humans, so
But they didn't quite move like humans, so
Both of you give me sandy rolls versus gross out or human gore, whichever you prefer.
Yep.
1 point if you make it. You can take it toward whichever you want. Eventually, Doc Fulton will again get those maxed out. I know he's looking forward to it. But yeah, inside, it appears that they are definitely humans. However, give me, let's see, medicine, forensics, and if you have any special autopsy skills there, Doc.
Biology.
Biology, yes. Yes.
Got all three.
Okay. He's a good doctor, you think? Just like
The medicine's at half, and the forensics at half as well.
Mm-hmm.
Make biology, don't make medicine, and there's forensics. Actually, don't look like I've rolled against forensics, and didn't make my forensics.
It shows Holmes tapping things with his pipe. Oh, yes, look at this.
Let's see. No, the only other specialist forensic skill I've got is serology.
Right. All of them have the earpieces, the old-fashioned coil earpiece thing. They're wearing 1950s black suits, wraparound or sunglasses, heavy pistols. Their bodies appear to be human, but well, were you wanting to autopsy just the one or a couple of them to check it out?
Couple of them to compare.
They are pretty much identical. Their faces are just a little bit, they're different enough that people don't go twins automatically, but it looks as though somebody was like, just randomly changed the facial features a little bit. They all are white. They all are the very stereotypical Men in Black.
So from body measurement wise, they're exactly the same, as in length of arm, length of fingers.
They're so close that somebody didn't really change the settings much, so to speak. If it was like a video game, then somebody just changed the face pretty much and maybe a little bit random. But yeah, it's close enough that it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're thinking that it's both of you give me a sandy roll as you realize that these are definitely not human or they're bred. One of Fulton's guesses is that they could all be genetic clone copies or something, perhaps.
Do they have a navel?
No. Any other specific questions? I'm not sure what else.
I'm gonna put on the glasses and look at them, see if there's any magic on them too.
Good idea.
That is a great idea. Take a card while I'm doing something else. No, there doesn't seem to be any magic on them.
Did you want to take some samples, Doc, so we can take them elsewhere where we've got access to more sophisticated equipment to check it?
Sure. That sounds like a good idea.
Just thinking in regards to whether or not we might be able to determine if they are genetically quite young or vet grown or whatever.
I'm sure that it's nothing that anything 1950s medicine can't tell you is just not worth knowing.
Mm-hmm. The Wild West chicks, did they have any money on them?
Yes, they actually had. You collect up all the money. This counts as loot, by the way. So if you have the more loot card or whatever, you can feel free to play it. We will go with. Let's see. There's a lot of them. So Pete, roll. That sounds good. Roll 4d4, but they are the 4 digits. So first you could, just to dramatically build up, first roll the ones digit, then the tens digit, then the hundreds digit, and then the thousands. So the most you could possibly get is $4,444.
3.
Okay, so $3. $43. $143. Wow.
4,100.
So this is Canadian dollars, so it's worth at least 73 cents US.
Damn it!
Because my understanding is they were actually forcing people to mine in the other place. So did they actually have gold on them as well from that?
Sure, I'll be nice. Half of it's in gold, or actually no. Give me a luck roll. Lower is more in the way of gold. And then if it is gold, then it will be worth more because,
Yeah.
yeah, bastard.
No,
Perfect.
I'll
It's
spend
all
a
in
hero.
Canadian dollars.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah. I'll spend a hero point on that
No, no, no. What's wrong with Canadian dollars? They're perfectly fine.
because I'm pretty broke at the moment, so we need an
Oh,
influx of cash.
trade them hero
There
points.
we go.
Shit.
550.
Shit. So, right, we'll go with the half thing. So, half of it is a couple $1,000s Canadian. Make a note that it's cowboy era money. So, if you take it to that time, it's worth more. But it's where you're at. It's all got women on it instead of men, so it would be seen as like weird forgeries. Where it'd be seen as weird feminist forgeries, probably part of the feminist plot. But the other couple thousand depends on what time period you go to. Like if you go to modern day, you can add a 0 behind that for the value.
Okay. And if Gothic, for example?
Actually, here, let's make it easier. Give me just a second. Go, calculator. I'm going to fucking try to make this easier on Logan because there's too much shit. So, 15 grams per coin, isn't it? No,
Yeah,
it's
something
20, 25 or 15.
For what? Gold coin?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if you've ever
I will.
specified.
I did. Let me look real quick. Because specifying exactly how much it is helps me to figure out how much it's worth.
Yes.
Let's see.
Let's
Gold coin. There it is. 25 grams each. So,
oh yeah, 25-gram coin is worth about 1,000 rolled down for ease.
We will go with the number of the dollar amount, but in grams for gold.
Okay.
That way you should have like 80 or some gold coins or some shit worth of gold. Cool. Easier. So I'll let you figure out the math. There you go. You picked up a quick, easy, free 80-ish gold. Now, of course, you could sell the pistols and stuff like that, but honestly, they aren't really worth that much because in the old West, well, actually, I wouldn't recommend selling them in modern times, but in the old West, you could get a full rig pretty cheap. Yeah.
Sorry, how many kilo of gold did we end up with? You didn't actually specify. You said about 80 gold coins, but you didn't actually specify how many kilo.
After you divided the money in half, what was the number?
2,050, 2,070, sorry.
Okay, 2,070. That is now the number of grams of gold you have. So divide that by 25, and that tells you how many gold coins you have. You're talking, but you're still on mute because you keep muting yourself.
Yeah, because I keep coughing.
Yes,
so we've got 2,070 grams of gold, is what you're saying?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah. And then divide by 25 equals gold coins.
Yeah, yep. All right, so I'll give you half Doc.
Doc's back on his way to a new flying car.
1,035 grams of gold each.
Now, I would like to point out also, after the hoopla, the surviving Burlington people, when the agents gathered them together and said, clean up the town, they just kind of robotically started doing it. No talking is going on. Men, women, children are all hauling bodies or putting out fires or whatever. They're not trying to rebuild anything. They're just starting to feed people in. They don't even really acknowledge you guys.
They're the sun like, moving? Is the sun moving?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Definitely. But you guys are pretty much hanging out near the big box of go the fuck away and looting people as they're brought. And you find very quickly that if after looting them, you put them in the box, then what happens is the people just start dropping off the corpses in a pile and expecting you to put them in. So you become part of the processing thing. And then that way, now you have like pile of pistols, pile of holsters, pile of ammo, pile of money.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, because nobody really questions it. You seem to be helping. They just carry on. And you guys feed corpse after corpse after corpse after corpse into the feeder after dissecting a couple, but you had plenty of time to do that. These guys are not super fast or efficient.
Have been doing this previously. Last time I was here.
Hey. They don't really even seem that worried or anything like that.
No.
But if it works at all like last time, when the sun comes up tomorrow, it will all be gone. So pretty much you need to secure anything you want, possibly at the bed and breakfast if you go sleep in there.
Yep.
It is possible from the tool place to get like a couple wheelbarrows, and you can each wheel them over and with any loot you want. Although I don't know if you want that many extra pistols and shit like that. 6-shooters, hog legs, pain in the ass to reload. Speed loaders, not even an option on these. No, it's open a little door on the side and put in the bullets one at a time as you turn the cylinder. Yeah, that bullshit. Yep. There are some lever action rifles and shit like that.
Okay.
But so are you guys worried about any of that kind of gear? Do you want to just put it in the fucking feeder or leave it where it lies? Just basically get the money and the gold from them and off you go?
What we could do with them was we could take them to Beastkin, take the weapons to, once Clem's up and going, take them to Beastkin San Angeles. Because they've only just started making these things, so. Or not. We don't need the money.
We don't need the money if...
And it's going to be hard to sell them anyway.
I was going to say you could leave them at the Australian embassy if you really felt like it, and anybody who shows up who's Australian, it's like, would you like a new pistol or rifle or holster or pile of bullets? Look, it's a bullet bucket. Take whatever you want. Or not. You've got enough money where that shit's actually, when they go there, they people are just asked, what do you need? So you're pretty good in that area. That's a completed zone for you there.
Yeah. Oh, there's a couple of things I want to check out there still.
No, I'm not saying that there's no mystery left. I'm saying that you've
established ourselves.
Yes, in comfort.
Yes.
I'm going to quick AFK while you guys come up with your plan.
Oh, excuse me. All right. Yeah, I don't see any reason to lug them anywhere particularly.
No. Especially since if we could just do it the other way and get money in another fashion there, so that's not even a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me. Like if they were really, like if they really needed the help for fighting, sure, I get it, because then you're arming them. But then again, why not just buy a bunch and like red carpet and bring it there and then hook them up?
Yeah, and I don't think they have to worry about the elves anymore anyway. From a historical perspective, from what I've seen in the books in Gothic, that was the big battle. The elves are pretty much broken after that and didn't bother San Angeles.